No intro today, folks. We're getting straight to this, and I would say this. This is a quote from the Anchorman. Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
The Feminist Organization Collective Shout is one of the major reasons why we're seeing so much censorship happening in the video game industry right now. They complained about No Mercy back in April, they're complaining about adult-only content, and payment processors actually took them seriously, and that's why Steam is being forced to remove certain content. Itch.io removed all of their NSFW games recently, and it doesn't look like that's going to stop anytime soon. This could be even worse than just video games. It could happen to anime, manga, movies, TV shows. I mean, the list goes on and on. All of our entertainment could end up being censored. I hate to sit here and say that the worst case scenario is happening, but it definitely is right now. And Collective Shout, of course, over the past couple of months has been very vocal when it comes to the video game industry, and they clearly don't know what the heck they're talking about. They just saw gamers as an easy target in video games. As an easy target, they figured, you know what, this industry's making over $200 billion a year. Maybe if we complain, we will actually be taken seriously in this industry. And of course, they probably want to be feminist frequencies, right? With Anita Sarkeesian consulting on certain games. And then you have the Sweet Baby Inks, who are filled to the brim with activists who also do not care about this industry or protecting entertainment, but now they've actually gone private because they are facing so much backlash.
Where did we seen this before? You know what they say? Yeah, that's right. You better run. This is the same thing happened with Sweet Baby Inc. When they face a lot of backlash, what they do? Private their account. Even the co-founder, their account is now privated, 100%. Seriously, do you think that by targeting gamers, you think this is easy peasy? What, you think we people are what people call, what was it they call it? Somebody who plays video games while living in their mom's basement? Is that what we think? Oh, no. Be careful who you target. There's a chance. Remember Collective Shout? All it's going to take for you to target the wrong people that will bury your company for good. I mean, what happens if you target someone who has direct ties to a CCP or the government in Asia? Or in this case, connection to my country's monarch, like the King of Malaysia? How are you going to respond to that?
Couple of days they have been doubling, tripling, and quadrupling down on the censorship. They've said that it's great, it's so good, and it's actually a big feminist win. I have talked about this in several other videos, but they had said major win, new policy on Steam, and with these games are being removed since we launched our campaign calling on payment processors to stop facilitating payments for all of these types of themed games on Steam earlier this week. The gaming platform has added a new rule to their policies and has removed hundreds of these games, which in my opinion, censorship is always bad. I know there are a lot of people out there who do not think it's that important that sex games are being removed because they personally don't play them, but censorship is a slippery slope.
That is true. Censorship is a slippery slope. Sorry, I can't even say that. If you want to ban things because of children, let me give you my experience. For example, House of the Dead. That was my first mature rated game. I was like, what, a preschool back then? How come I'm not desensitized to violence? Ask yourself that. And if you wish to know where I played it mostly on, I believe first at the arcade and then at my dad's office computers. Don't ask how he got it, okay? I have no idea. My birth dad, okay? And look, I really don't like censorship. Do these people even take lessons from Gamergate? You know what happens when you mess around with gamers. You know what? I'll get to this message soon.
Steam has been censoring content. I made a video 6 years ago at the start of my channel where I had talked about Steam removing games that were in a high school setting or the characters were even in universities because they said, well, they could be young. They might look a little bit young, so we have to remove them. So Steam's been very censorship heavy for years and years at this point, but it's only going to get worse from here. I know that the games at the top of the food chain are going to be protected, ones made by BioWares and Obsidians and all of those types of studios and the Microsofts and Sonys, but it could be in 5 years or 10 years, those games are censored a hell of a lot more than they really already are, because a lot of these games already have so much watered down content. Look at Dragon Age the Veilguard, right? It didn't have any edgy content. It didn't really have any adult themes. Like, it was just a very modern audience, politically correct Dragon Age, which is why it failed.
I think these people, Collective Shout, they seen the writing on the wall because Western AAA is dying. Why do you think you see so many layoffs? Because instead of acknowledging people like this, the Collective Shout or anybody, instead of acknowledging their mistakes, They blame it all on gamers. They don't want to acknowledge them. It's the reason why most gamers are now turning to either games made in the East, or indie, or AA, such as Claire Obscure Expedition 33, what else? Black Myth Wukong, Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. And yes, if you see me playing the game, or the gameplay footage that I showed you, yes, I failed, or I died a lot of times, and yes, I suck at Souls games, okay? Thank you for noticing. But I get good. It's kind of the running joke at this point on that term. You know what they say? You won the battle, but the war is far from over.
They were praising this decision, saying it was a major win, they're so happy, and we just had found out today, when I'm making this video, that, yeah, itch.io is hiding all of their NSFW content to appease to MasterCard and Visa. That video will be linked down below in case you haven't seen it yet. Over 20,000 games were targeted, and that means thousands upon thousands upon thousands of developers ultimately are not able to share their content with the world, which is terrible. And to top all of that off, there are even people who are reporting that copies of games in their library have actually been removed, and itch.io had said, well, this is because of payment processors. We have de-indexed all adult NSFW content from our browse and search pages. We understand this action is sudden and disruptive, and we are truly sorry for the frustration and confusion caused by this change. Recently, we came under scrutiny from our payment processors regarding the nature of some content hosted on itch.io, and this is really the reason why they ended up privating their social media, because they're named specifically due to a game titled No Mercy, which was temporarily available on itch before being banned back in April. The organization Collective Shout launched a campaign against Steam and itch, directing concerns to our payment processors about the nature of certain content found on both platforms, and they basically said that while the situation developed rapidly, they had to act urgently.
First off, I'm not certain if either my Prime Minister or my King is watching this. Dato' Anwar Ibrahim, if you're watching this, please look into this. I know you don't care about things such as video games or anime or whatever it is. This thing, what Collective Shout is doing to pressure payment processors, this is a one loophole that can easily affect anybody, even yourself, Mr. Prime Minister. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, this also can affect your payment processing. So please look into this. I hope my government can listen to this. I highly doubt, but for some reason let's hope they look into this. I just pray for it. If not, I'll go to their Facebook account and hopefully raise an eyebrow or raise awareness.
The platform's core payment infrastructure. And we're seeing so many of these companies just bend the knee, which I understand it is tough for them, right? Because this is how they make their money. They need payment processors. But on the flip side, they do have quite a bit of pull. I mean, we are talking about Valve here. And ultimately, we could have a Microsoft or a Sony at least making some kind of statement. So maybe these payment processors will listen, because they do make a lot of money off of video games, but at this point in time, none of that has happened. I hate to say that there should be government overreach or government response to this, but on the flip side, what else is there to happen at this point? It's either these big companies actually stand up for creative freedom, or the government has to. I don't necessarily know if either of that's going to happen, but we do need to keep an eye on what's happening right now. I mean, Caitlin Roper, a feminist activist and the campaigns manager at Collective Shout, had also protected her posts over on X, but these are the people who are going out and calling gamers absolutely disgusting names. I mean, Melinda Tankard, the co-founder, has not made any statement at this point in time about this. It doesn't even really look like she's been active on social media over the past couple of days, though I bet she's still monitoring the situation. But she had called us porn, sick brain, gamer fetishists that are desperate to get our hands on all of these disgusting types of games. And now they're exchanging clues on how to find them so that they don't all die overnight. But being anti-censorship doesn't mean you're a disgusting, degenerate person. It means you care about protecting entertainment. You're not a terrible person. Do not let these people make you believe that that's the case. They simply make money off of using the terms like feminism and pushing the word woman in your face. They're protecting women and protecting girls when that's really not the case. These people are just grifters. They see a way to make money, and this is how they believe they can do that.
First and foremost, I had to ask, how the hell hell do these people get away with this? No, generally, folks. I hope my government can see this video. I just pray that if my government sees this video, they could probably take some action. My government, if they see this, oh, they're not gonna be happy. Here, let me give you for example. Jocelyn Chia. When Jocelyn Chia, yeah, I butchered her name, when she made a joke on MH370, you wanna know what happened? My whole country hound her. You don't mess around with people in Asia, particularly if it's the Chinese or the Japanese. No, you don't mess around. Look, I'm in the belief that everyone can do whatever they want. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's what you like to do, then go for it. I'm not forbidding you, no. But sometimes you have to wonder yourself that people can censor one thing. What makes you think they will censor other things? Doesn't matter whether it's video game or anything. What happens if they try to censor, say you were protesting against Israel? What happens if they found out who you are and they'll cut your funds? Remember, these payment processes, doesn't matter who you vote or which part in the Israel-Palestine war you choose, they'll find a way because this kind of payment processors, what's happening right now, this is a loophole, folks. Look what's happening. They're adding a new TOS in Steam where it never, ever existed until now. How much you want to bet they will go after people like either pro-Palestinian or pro-Israel? And which is why I think this is either 500%, but if not, I think I'll up a bit, maybe 550%, because let's just say the story is massive and they're hiding, folks. They're cowards. Always be careful. This kind of thing is very dangerous, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think it should need a government oversight, at least to perhaps do what Japan is doing, create sanction. Yes, there are creating sanction, but most importantly, to make sure these woke activists like Collective Shout to back off. This is not their media. Go find something else, or better yet, don't. Mommy! Leave a like and subscribe if you want gaming news, gaming theories, or you just want to see me play games. Visit my first, third, and fourth channel up here or link in the description.